Morning all, how are we all doing? Right, so it's finished. I've got it finished at long last, and so with building it, I suppose this is what you could say is a review of the kit, because I started it, I've built it, and I've finished it. So, what are my thoughts? Well, my thoughts are, with the instructions, there is bits in there that they don't show, like seat belts. They don't show you how to put the rockets together, but they supply with all the fins and the rockets themselves. That's the Hellfires, not these things. The colour callouts, there's no colour callouts for the entire instructions. It can be a little bit misleading about where things go. So, you know, it's a bit mix and match in the instructions. They could do with a bit of fine tuning. The kit itself is an amazing kit. I mean, it is what it says in the box. It's an RAF Apache, not RAF. It's a British Army Apache, and it is a stunning kit. The detail, how it goes together. You know, I've had really no problems with it whatsoever. I can't really recall having any fit issues. The only thing is like when you have to do this rotor hub in there, and when you have to build that that rotor there, sometimes it's like the plans look just a little bit, you know. They could do with a little bit more, you know, let's see where you've put this stuff and so how it ends up and how it looks, especially with that there. You know, you kind of have to work it out for yourself a bit. Other than that, you know, it all fits like a glove. Obviously, the rear section here, I've tried looking on the real thing. You can't see any line down there, but there are panels here. So, and it gives you all the hinge bits here. Then you have to stick these metal plates here, these bits of brass etch, you know. So I mean, yeah, this green tab here, I don't know what it is, and it's the same with that there. They supply that one, they don't supply that one, so that one was plastic card. They also supply decals for the slime lights, but they don't provide one for the tail. So I had to colour match that and do it that way. So there's a few tiny bits, and it's like, you know, they're not very clear on, you know, like the front of these go black, so I've had to look at pictures of real things. The ones on the wings, I don't know, so I've just left them the colour that they are. But on the whole, it is a mighty fine model, and this is your end result. So, you know, build wise, it goes together. Instruction wise, need a few tweaks in the instructions. Canopy, I've had no problems with the canopy either. You know, it's an amazing way that it all goes together. Like I say, my only one thing was the windscreen wiper down here at the front. It just broke. You can probably, let me get a pointy stick. He says that. Oh, here we go. So you can probably make out just there is where the brake is. And I tried to get them to line up properly. I've done the best I can, but I thought, you know what, at a later date, I'll cut those out and then just put new ones in. But it's such a small, minor little thing. You know what? looking at the windscreen wipers and the wheel thing, they've got a piece here, then they've got a little tiny thin arm, and then they've got a big piece here to hold the windscreen wiper hinges and stuff on. So it probably is correct, but it's just where it's split, and I've glued it back together. The split notices, but that's about it. When it comes to the rotor head, you get some tiny little aluminium tubes, some little pins that go in there, and they're hollow. Fantastic. I've left mine out because I've not glued the blades in, so it's easier for me to transport it around without the blades in. But for yourselves, you can... Wait! Can you calm... I know you found your screen, but can you calm it down? Blimey. It's ear piercing. Yeah, I was like, yeah. So I've left the pins out. That's just my choice. That's what I do. You know, because I go to shows and stuff. So this thing's just, you know, it's massive. You know, to take to a show with rotor blades in, and it's still pretty big, even if you take the blades off. So yeah, but no, on the whole, I'm pretty chuffed with it. It's come out nice. On some of the things, like with the disco light at the top there, it's all separate. It's all separate bits of glass, and you get some brass etch that goes in the middle, little brass circles. And the one good thing about that is you can glue it all together with normal like Revell contactor glue, because all you do is just glue the glass bits to the glass bits and just put the brass etch in the middle. And yeah, easy peasy. These are a little bit delicate. These little, I don't know what they are, angle of attack vanes. I don't know. I'd advise putting them on last when you finished it. Not like me, the amount of times I kept oh no, I'm not going. So yeah, they're a little bit. Yeah, leave them till last. The engines. I've left both covers loose. Whoops. I've left both covers loose so that I can flick them off and show the engines, as a matter of fact. See if I can do that one, because he's got a bit of a gap there. So that's your engine cover. I haven't detailed the inside of that. And then you've got your engine. So we'll get a bit of a close-up. So again, there's no colour call out and how to paint this. I had to go via a reference book I got from Japan, and it shows you the engine and the different colours. So this was kind of like a steel colour up the front, and there was like a goldy aluminium there, and then it went on to a grey. As it got hot and burnt at the back, that all went gold and multicoloured, but you can't see that bit in there, so I haven't bothered painting it. So yeah, you can leave both of them off, or you can have them positioned open, in which case they go like that, and then they get a big stay bar going across there to hold them open. But like I said, I originally wanted mine shut, but then I thought, well, you shut them up, so yeah, it's a bit of a waste really. The other thing is pilots. Now there is don't put the wire caught up here. Pilots. They are there. They're done by Reed Oak, and they fit perfect. So if you wanted to add pilots to your kit, you could, and there they are, both in there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these blades off, because chumping this around, they're all starting to wobble out of their holes anyway. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. There's the crew. I don't know how well you can see them. But they're in there. One there, that one there, looks a bit like, with his helmet, it looks a bit like that. One of the, was it the Storm Biker Troopers or whatever they are? It's where his little eyepiece comes up at the side and goes underneath the visor. It makes it look like they've got a funny looking helmet on, but yeah. So anyway, that's the. And then the other thing as well is I can just move it a bit over here. Is the light? Not the light. What I'm talking about. Move the light over there. Yeah. Is the front there? This bit. So this is all glass. I painted the inside of there, them instruments in there. I did them with the chrome pen, the Molotov chrome pen. I did that black, and then you get a little gap around the edge. And all I did was got a cocktail stick and run the red paint round, just like the red sealer glue on it. And then this one here, I painted black from the inside, just masked over the top with some rubber masking solution, and yeah, that done the trick. And that all, well, it does move. Just needs a bit of a thing, but yeah. And then you got your rotor head. You know what? I'm gonna take this phone off and hold it by hand. Try and move that arm around. So you got your main rotor head. There, it's all been painted again. The bottom piece of the rotor head. So the bit that you can see that's shining, that again was done with the what do you call it? The Molotov. Anyway, let's get the pointing stick again across. Sorry about that. So that bit in there, that was done with a Molotov pen. It's the only bit that's shiny on it. And so here's the front end. I just can't really get in there. I camouflaged one of them up when I did my thing, and then when I looked at the display aircraft, they didn't have camouflage on. They were wearing flight suits and looking rather neat and tidy, so I had to repaint the guy. But yeah, they're all good. So when I get the next one, because I'm hoping to get the main one, and oh, it's all a bit joggy, isn't it? Don't know why. Probably my nerves in my fingers. And then we get down here. Get to the rotor, rear rotor and the rear wheel. There's the rear rotor. And you got the rear chef and flare box. I don't know what that is. Oh, not that. This. And the decals, like I say, the decals went down with that solution of X20A. Thinner, and you have to add that aerial on the British one. They don't give it to you in the box. I looked everywhere for it in the box. They give you the piece that it sits on, but they don't give you the actual aerial. So there you go. There you go, guys. And of course, last but not least, now we're going to get hold of this to turn it But there's the gun. Let's see if I can get a bit of a better look at that gun. There you go. That's the gun for you. Sits right on the bottom belly of the aircraft. Even down to the brakes on the back of the wheels. Like I say, there's the guys in there. And there you go. And that's her. So, all in all, she's a damn fine kit. Excuse me. She's a damn fine kit, and if you want an impressive helicopter, and you know, it doesn't matter because the same can be same. Whatever I applied to making this, the same can be applied to making all the others as well. How come this won't go down there? Because there's no trouble with this. Let's try and bend it, but never mind. There we go. So yes, so there we are. That's it. That is the Takom 135th WAH-64 WAH. Oh, my tongue. Untie that knot. WAH-64D Apache from the British Army. So, on to the next one. I don't know what I'm going to build next, because I don't know when that thing's going to come out. So, like I say, I think I might have a go at that Wild Weasel, not Wild Weasel Apache, what do you call it? Wild Weasel Phantom I've got, because she's sat here next to us. At some point I will be moving house. I don't know when. Still haven't had the word yet. So we're all hanging on tender hooks here at the moment. But I'll keep going. I'll keep putting stuff up. I'll keep making these things and entertaining you. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of the subscribers that subscribe to here. Oh, however many there is now. I must admit, I lose touch on how many is on there. But yeah, thanks to you lot. You know, this is something I never thought would. Well, I don't know really. My daughter's she's got a stoma fitted, and she's been contacted by a rather large company in America, and she's been asked to make videos and stuff and put them on her Instagram. And just literally overnight when she done it, she had something like 39,000 hits. I thought myself, Christ. And that's just for a make of stoma bag worldwide. I thought, blimey, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind it, but the thing is like, you know, I don't know, I felt a bit embarrassed about, you know, making this, because I thought, you know, I'm not your, well, I don't know. But this is what I just do in my little, you know, my little world of autism, and I produce something like this. And it took 3 years of convincing by a mate of mine, who said, do a YouTube channel. I thought, no, people don't want to watch this crap. boring modders. I mean, they'd rather watch football or something like that, you know. But it has shocked me. I've been on here now, what, 2 years? Nearly 2,000 subscribers. And, you know, it's just one of them things, really. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, a lot of nice people out there. A lot of them just pass by and take a look. But, you know, to have, I think it's 1,600 and say subscribers I've got. To have that many people, you know, log on to you, subscribe to you, and watch your videos at leisure, you know, it's quite something. Because I don't actually know 1,000 people, and about 10, and the people that actually, you know, well, I've never met them, but the people that contact us quite a bit, you know, through YouTube, Facebook, because I put all this on Facebook as well. So you can, you can see it on there, the stills and what have you. But yeah, no, it's nice. It's it's quite touching to, you know. And then of course, like, you got other people like these that do all their things, you know. And yeah, it's great, you know, because what they might not cover, I might cover, sort of thing. But yeah, it's all, you know. There's always someone that's going to think of something that you don't do, or a better way of doing it. But with, like I was saying to someone the other day, with autism, we look for shortcuts. So because I've got a thing called kinesthetic learning. So basically what that means is, if you put a book in front of me and said to me, this is how you build this, it'll take me forever. If you just say to me and show me, stick that with that, that with that, that, and then you get that, that is my way of learning. So when I get a model, I have a quick flick through the instructions, but I already know in my head how this is going to turn out. And then it's just the journey along the way. But it's the journey along the way that you're going to see where I might shortcut something. I've had somebody contact me a few months ago now, but it was something I did with a model, and he said, blimey, if I hadn't come across your video, I would have never have, you know, I would have been stuck on that point for a long time, or, you know, ended up fiddling around. So when you get something like that come back, you think to yourself, right, you know, I've done somebody a good turn. And, you know, it's quite you know, humbling to think that, you know, these people are, you know, genuine, and they're genuinely in a bit of a fix with something, and they've managed to find the video, and yeah, and they've managed to get around the problem easily. So, you know, due to the fact that somebody else has picked it up and done the headwork and got to that point. And that's what it's about. It's about sharing the information. I always used to look at it as it was like the fisherman. So you go down the river, and you're wandering down the bank, and this spot here is the best spot to fish in, but you don't know that, but you've been told it. So you've never fished it, but you've been told it's a good spot. And as you come up, there's a bloke leaving out of that spot, and you say to him, like, you know, is it any good here, mate? And you turn around and say, no, mate, but it's better off if you go over there, knowing that that's a shit spot, because he doesn't want you to fish that spot, because he might be coming back to it tomorrow or later on in the day, because he might have, you know, pre-baited it or something. It was a very, very clicky world in the fishing game. I used to match fish when I was younger, and you know, it was just, you know, you get people that just send you into swims, and you sit there for a day and you catch nothing, and yet they're, you know, somebody else comes and jumps in that swim and starts catching tons. And it was a little bit like that to start off with, where people sort of, like, you ask people, you know, how to do things, and, you know, they wouldn't tell you. They'd just like skip round it on it, you know. So I thought, right, I'll make my own choices and I'll do my own thing. So I stopped asking, and then I started learning. I joined a club, and I learned pretty quick from a club how people did things, because they would all talking amongst themselves over there, and, you know, I'm a good listener. And eventually, you know, it led to me to where I am now. You know, and yeah, you know, you pick up a model, and you know, you produce something like this, which is, you know, which is great. And if people can learn off of what you do, it's even better. I must admit, I wasn't going to show this, but I'll show it. But I'm not going to do a video on it, because we all know where this thing come from. and I just don't need the aggro on my channel when it comes to it. But it's things like this, you know, this Hercules. So, you know, you paint and glue it together, and there's lines, and you need rescribing on it because of where you've got the join line that runs right down. So you have to get a razor saw and like that, you know, and the same with on the bottom. And you know, these little dots here, they're supposed to be like little raised lumps. So again, I've got to try and create something that's raised. And I have got a little tub of sequins somewhere, I can't remember where they are. And they're like little raised domes, so I'll probably put them on there, and they just get painted white. But yeah, this is you know, again, this is another kit that does go together, you know, nicely and pretty well. It's just unfortunate that where it comes from in the world, you know, is a place that no one wants to, you know, well, quite rightly so, but I'm not bringing politics into anything. It's just a model kit to me. And you know, and that's it. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing on the side, just building myself one of them. I've already built the British version, the big C-130J, which is the longer fuselage. And yeah, that's an amazing kit, that is. You know, I think I can't remember whether I've painted it or not, but I definitely know I've built the thing. But I think the next one that's for the channel will probably be that Meng F4G. I know that oh, what's his name, Sean at Prime Model Works. He's just done one. I'm not sure whether it's his second one. I think it is. But yeah. But anyway, that's about this. This video's about this, and she's you know, big, bad and beautiful, and I'm chuffed how she's turned out. I hope you've enjoyed the ride, because obviously I haven't built it, I know, but what I've done is anything I've come across or anything I've heard anybody else come across with it, I've shown how I dealt with it. And this is the result. So now there is a show coming up soon in Cambridge, and my club has got a space up there, I think, I can't remember, I'll have to look at the advert, but if I can go, then this will be there, and I will be there, and if any of you go there, I'll see you there. And yeah, so I'll let that be known in the next video, as long as it's not too far away and too near the time. But yeah, I'll let that be known in the next video. So there she is. What a model, what a kit, amazing thing. Got a few quirky bits in it, but on the whole, if it was 1 out of 10, I'd give it an 8. I think that's fair. I'd give it an 8. I'm umming and ahhing. No, I wouldn't. I'd give it a 9. I'd give it a 9 because the only thing that really, really honestly lets it down is the instruction sheet. That's it. The decals can all be bashed with that stuff over there. You know, that stuff. There it is. X20i. Put that on the decals and it eats them into the bodywork. Great stuff. Fit. Christ. For the size of it, it fits bloody amazing fit. Just the instructions, so it's a 9 out of 10. Takom done well. 9 out of 10 with the Apache. The rest of them, I presume, also. I know I've got a friend who bought the Saraf one, but I don't know how he's getting on with it. I'll have to wait and see when he posts that up on the group. But yeah, amazing kit, amazing kit. 9 out of 10, Takom. And there we go. So, from me, it's Buddy Buys, and we will see you in the next one.